welcome back to my channel. It is Hillary Jubilee. If you are new, we talk about manifestation, conscious creation, and the law of assumption. If you're into those topics, hit subscribe, hit like, and we will get into the video. Today is the third of my who knows how many part series on universal laws. You know, they say there's 12 universal laws, but law of assumption isn't one of them. So I'm assuming there are more laws that are not part of those 12. So let's dig into all of the ones we can find. Today's video is about, as you know, as you clicked on the title, law of divine oneness. And I think this one is my favorite one out of all the ones we've done so far, because it is about oneness. And I don't know if you believe in God or if you call it source or if you call it the universe. Oneness, one love, man. Like, we're all connected. That's basically what this law states, that we're all connected. And so funny because somebody commented on one of my Instagram posts and they were asking about, I think this is how you say it, colloquialism. And basically, I think that I had to Google it because I had never heard that word before, but basically it means like, it's the idea that you are the only one with actual free will or consciousness in your reality, and everybody else is like, doesn't exist. And it's a very bleak and lonely kind of idea. And the law of divine oneness is the complete opposite of that. So I believe in this law. You know, all of these laws are like the law of gravity. It works whether you believe in it or not. Like the law of attraction, law of assumption, it's always working. Whether you believe in it or not, it's a thing. So if you just choose not to believe in the law and you turn a blind eye to it and you're just like, whatever, I'm just going to continue living my life as a victim and, you know, creating the same old stuff over and over, you know, you are creating with your thoughts, whether you believe it or not. So it's just not taking responsibility for, you know, your reality if you're choosing to not believe in your power, basically. So anyways, I really like the law of divine oneness. It is basically collective consciousness, the idea that all living beings are connected. And I would go further because, you know, we're all made up of the same stuff. So everything's made up of energy, right? And, you know, my shirt and a wall and a book are all also made up of energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. So we're all made up of the same stuff, whether you're a living being, like whether it's an animal or a human or, you know, the earth, like it's all, or like any item, anything we see in our physical reality is all matter and it's all energy. So everything's connected, you know? And with this principle, it's like you can affect others around you. And this ties in with everyone as you pushed out because, you know, we're all one. It's one consciousness. You know, in each perspective that we each have our own individual perspective, but we're also all one. So from my perspective, you know, if I affirm for something, I will, you know, like, let's say I affirm that I get compliments or something, then, you know, all the people in my reality are going to show up, not all, but like I will experience people who are going to give me compliments. So either the people that are already in my life will get, you know, a hit, an intuitive hit, or they'll just like feel the need to give a compliment. They'll just feel compelled to give a compliment, or I will be drawn to situations and places where there are people that like to give compliments, for example. So anything that you're trying to affirm, like about your self-concept, or even when you're manifesting something, like other people are drawn to like act out your assumptions, whether you're doing it on purpose or not as well. So we're all one. I don't believe in the notion that you are, you know, okay, so the saying like God of your reality, you can just look at it from different, like you are God, you're God, everybody's God. But when it's said in this kind of like controlling way where it's like, I'm God of my reality and everybody's just a puppet, like acting out what I want. And like it's just very harsh and like self-centered way to view it. I think like I resonate more towards like oneness and, you know, treating others how you want to be treated, because it's this law of divine oneness really ties in with karma, because, you know, if you're hating somebody or you're saying anything negative or wrong or bad or judging, whatever you do to another, you're doing to yourself, because that person is just another you living a different life. I heard Aubrey Marcus say that the other day, and it just was like, whew, yes, another you living a different life. We're all the same underneath, regardless of skin color, regardless of race, class, like how much money you have, regardless of your things that you own, regardless of what other things are used to divide, regardless of whatever country you come from, regardless of your age, regardless of your height, regardless of your weight, regardless of how you look. All underneath, we all have that same oneness underneath. We're all divine underneath our human suit. Okay, Bambi. Hey, can you not? Underneath our human mask, we all wear this human mask, our identity, our personality, how we look, where we come from. That's all a story, and it's our ego, and it's okay. Like our egos are helpful, but underneath all of that, we're just God acting out different parts. And again, I believe that everything is God, whether it's a human, living being, animal, plant, thing, like everything we see is all particles, it's all energy. Everything originates from the imagination, and God is your wonderful human imagination, as Neville Goddard says. So true. Anyway, everything originates from the imagination. Your imagination is God. And so whether it's a living being or an object, that's all energy, and it's all creation created by you and created by the collective consciousness. So anyway, with the oneness thing, what you do to another, that's really what you're doing to yourself, because that person is your mirror, or they are an extension of you. It's all an illusion. That separation is an illusion. It's not real. We're actually all connected. We all come from the same place, and we all end up in the same place. You know, we're all one. So from like a biological perspective, we all are born and we all die. And then our soul goes, you know, who knows where it goes, but we're all connected. And so I want to talk about vibration a little bit, which I'm sure we'll get into in the law of vibration, but like we're emitting a vibrational frequency at all times. And that affects the circumstances, people, it affects what's around you. So that's why, you know, if you're negative all the time, you attract or create negative situations, negative people, whatever. You just create more of the vibration or state that you're occupying. So I heard something really that hit me today on Instagram. It was like Michael Beckwith. I think he was in The Secret, the movie The Secret. And it was a reel on his Instagram, and he was saying being neutral is detrimental, because you know, you want to be in a state of joy for no reason. You want to reach for, obviously being neutral is better than being negative. Like Abraham Hicks talks about the emotional guidance scale, and it's like fear, hatred, whatever. There's a bunch of them. And then like neutral's in the middle, obviously. And then it goes up from there, and it's like contentment, joy, love at the top. Anyway, so obviously neutral is going to be a higher vibrational state than jealousy or anger. So neutral is like a good place to hang out. It's a good baseline, but you know, we want to, our vibration affects those around us. Our vibration affects our life and our state of being, or vibration. Like you can use those two interchangeably, right? It affects our like how our life shows up for us. It affects how other people show up for us. So being neutral is great, but you know, striving to create more joy and create more gratitude, and like for no reason, like not relying on our outer circumstances to give us a reason to be happy or give us a reason to be excited or joyful. Like every day is a freaking gift, and we forget that. Like it's just like we just take this for granted that we're roaming around here on earth. Like hello, like we were given this life, and it's cool. So anyway, going off on a tangent, but basically how you are vibrating, how you are, your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, your habits, how you carry yourself, all of that equates your vibrational state or your state of being. And when you harmonize all of those things to a state of being that feels good and, is raised up your vibration, that can change your life, and it changes the lives of people around you. The best, and also I would also add to that, viewing other people in a higher state as well. Neville Goddard talks about manifesting for other people. So if somebody's unemployed, then you view them as employed. If someone's depressed, you view them as thriving, right? So not viewing people in your life as a victim, because they're not, and they are an extension of you. So if you don't like a version of somebody that you're seeing, don't wallow in it, don't feel sorry for them. Like, that's holding them in that state, right? So like, lift them up out of a shitty state and imagine them to be the best at whatever they're doing or whatever they prefer. If they don't have something, imagine them already having it. Like, it's just simple, but imagining the best for others and imagining the best for yourself is the best thing that you could do for anyone. And obviously others are just you pushed out. So you're benefiting others and yourself by viewing, and it's not just like wishful. It's not like, oh, I wish this person was this way. It's like you imagine them to be that way and you persist in that assumption until it hardens into fact. Okay, this video is like, I got into a flow and this video is kind of getting long. Okay, a few more points on this. Meditation, said it before, I'll say it again. Meditation is just a really good way to raise your vibration or improve your state of being so that you can get out of those lower shitty emotions. And even if you're just like hanging out in neutral all the time, which I feel like I hang out in neutral and I want to like more lift it up more. Meditation is just really a really good tool, and doing it every day, it's a practice. Same with like mental diet, same with any habit any change that you're trying to create. It's like, it's a long game. You do something every day and you catch yourself and you perfect it, and so you grow and you do it daily. So some other ways to, lift the collective consciousness, right? Because we are all part of it. Every single one of us is obviously part of it. So doing our part to not drag the collective consciousness down, because it's, there's a lot of that in the world already. So those of us who are aware of this law, and those of us who understand how consciousness works and how we can affect our world, literally, like, this is very important. Some ways to raise the collective consciousness is, feeling more joy in all of this stuff. So helping others without expecting anything in return. So just giving without expectation, giving and helping, and, just giving out of the goodness of your heart. Because even though, ironically, like, when you don't do it for an ulterior motive, then it's like, it benefits you. It's an irony, and it's kind of like a paradox, but like, it does benefit you because that person is you. So you're going to manifest things in your life where people are giving to you without expectations, or like a similar type of energy, if you give without expecting anything in return. Also, being grateful for what you already have, because, we take our health for granted, or we take our pets for granted, or whatever. Like, everything's just like normalized. So really soaking in what you already have is an energy that you put out that allows for more to come in when you're really appreciating what you already have. And the last thing I want to say about the law of divine oneness, when my cats are fighting behind me, I'm just going to keep going, is that we are all created in the image of God. If you want, sometimes, I used to be triggered by the word God. I'm not anymore. I really transformed the way I feel about that. I don't relate it to religion anymore, and there's nothing wrong with religion if you're religious. I just am not. And so I had kind of a trigger with the word God. I don't know if you do or not, but the word God to me is just like equal to source energy, infinite intelligence, quantum field, as Joe Dispenza says. Anyway, we're all created in the image of God. So whatever that means to you, we're perfect and we're powerful. And so all things are possible. To God, all things are possible. And you were created in the image of God. And so, your human imagination is God. So you create with your mind. So all things are possible is my point. And yeah, I really like this law. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And self-concept challenge is coming up on December 25th, so 2 days until we start, so get excited. Hope you'll join me, and cats are still fighting. Okay, I will see you later. Bye.